When I say I'm holding a book. It's called The Great Rolling Stones Drug Bust by Simon Wells. Simon Wells is sitting on my left. A round of applause for Simon Wells. Good evening. I met him in Soho a few years ago when I was involved with a shop life. That's another story. And we had an event. It went well. I played Keith Richards. He played the judge. And he had the transcript of the courtroom scene, and went really well, didn't it? Was it? Stunning. And so in the book it's my dear Robert, it's only once we pass this way, so this is a moment in time that will never be repeated. So that's what he wrote there. So it's by far on the wheel. And inside, because I'm always, it's our 5th book club here, I'm always obsessed by the quotes at the beginning of the book, or the poems, and I am a big fan of William Blake. And inside you have The Garden of Love by William Blake. Why did you choose that?
Blake was in the 60s in his time, even though he wasn't around in the 1960s, but he spoke the same language, was very eloquent, and he was a hippie.
I think of him more as a punk.
Okay, agrees to differ.
Yeah, and there he is, buried in Bun Hill Fields, where he was thrown in, wasn't he? He's buried right next to Daniel Defoe. This is The Garden of Love. I laid me down upon a bank where love lay sleeping. I heard among the rushes dank, weeping, weeping. Then I went to the heath and the wild, to the thistles and the thorns of the waste. And they told me how they were beguiled, driven out, and compelled to the chaste. I went to the garden of love, Brian. Happy birthday. I went to the garden of love, and saw what I never had seen. A chapel was built in the midst, where I used to play on the green. And the gates of this chapel were shut. And thou shalt not writ over the door. So I turned to the garden of love, that so many sweet flowers bore. You know, and I saw it was filled with graves, and tombstones where flowers should be. And priests in black gowns were walking their rounds, and binding with briars my joys and desires. Let's have a really nice evening. That was William Blake. So you open the book, it has contents, and then it has an introduction. Nicky Pallant is here. Robert Carino. How are you? Who breaks a butterfly upon a wheel? Yet let me flap this bug with gilded wings, this painted child of dirt that stinks and stings, whose buzz the witty and the fair annoys, yet wit ne'er tastes and beauty ne'er enjoys. With the 21st century more than a decade old, I find it strange that certain expressions of freedom still manage to provoke shock and outrage. While racial, sexual and gender rights have all been fully absorbed into the mainstream, there remains a large degree of uncertainty concerning recreational drug use. I will say, Simon, because I've read The Tripping Horse, this book, and Charles Manson, and a lot of drugs are in your book, aren't they? Drugs?
Yeah, and I'm actually, I don't take drugs, so I'm fascinated by the subject. I think an intimate relationship with something blurs the vision, so I view it objectively.
You do realise this entire crowd are on drugs?
I brought my Alka-Seltzer along.
In the last few years, the drug-related antics of Amy Winehouse, Boy George, Pete Doherty and most recently George Michael have yet again highlighted the vexed subject of narcotic use by prominent pop musicians. Particularly the crusty British right-wing press continues to act as moral arbitrator with Lord High Executioner. Though other world events clearly merit far greater coverage, it seems incongruous that methods of personal intoxication that are legal in other countries still receives so much column space in Britain. Well, thank God for that, because then you could write a book.
I mean, it is just to follow up on what Robert's saying, it seems incredible that in the 21st century that recreational drug use, especially by celebrities, raises the hackles and can produce front-page headlines. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all, you know, but it's the culture.
Yeah, and then things go. So, it's a really good book. We have a few copies on sale. Charles Manson, some of the music. So, welcome to An Evening with Simon Wells. He's a writer, he's an author, and he also creates wonderful music. What is your first passion?
Art.
Right, so art. Right, we better get a painting done. You can finish off Brian's birthday card later and make it nice repainting. So, Simon Wells is going to sing a song for us. Yeah.
And this is a song about a journey. And it's a journey being here tonight. And it's a journey from a little village in Sussex called Forest Row, which you may or may not know about. But it's a quite enlightened little community which is dominated by a Rudolf Steiner school, which I was part of. And that's the community there. So it had a profound effect on me growing up. And as one does, it's a very art-based school and encourages one's art. So you tend to express it, it pours out of you, and this is a song, I think, excuse me, good, it works, which, about my little journey. Does that sound like it? Is that alright? I'm on the road, and I feel fine, leaving all my past behind. So far away and I've so long to go. Where am I heading? I don't really know. Doubt that you would care if you'd heard that I'd gone. The rain around your eyes keeps blocking out the sun. But maybe it's the fact that it was me turning wrong will bother you. I don't know. I watch the speed and it blurs the road. Flowers merge into an endless flow. All that you said is now behind me. All that you did is ancient history. I had to get away, I just had to be free. I couldn't watch myself drown in your sea of absurdity. The scales they tipped so far, the weights came crashing down on me, and I had to go. I had to go. I'm on the road and I feel fine, leaving all my past behind. I'm so far away and I've so long to go. Where am I heading?